So this is BECE 2024 Mathematics Paper 1. For the first class we looked at questions 1 to 24. The next class we looked at questions 25 to 44, and this is the last class to complete all the questions in paper 1. So for this class, we are going to complete paper 1 because paper 1 of your junior Waec or 2024 BECE Mathematics paper 1 has 60 questions. So we are going to start from question number 25. Question number 45 is bearing. Okay, so you can look up other questions like the first lesson. Don't forget 1 to 24, the second lesson 25 to 44, and to complete the paper, that's why we are starting from 45. So the question says, the bearing of x from y is 145 degrees. What is the bearing of y from x? I want you to know that bearing is reciprocal. They've given you the bearing of x from y. So if the bearing is less than 180, add 180 to it to get the reciprocal. If it is more than 180 or 180, then you subtract 180. The bearing of x from y here is less than 180 degrees. X from y is 145 degrees. So to get y from x, we'll just add 180 to what we have. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 12. 2, put 1 here. 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give me 325 degrees. So the right answer is option E. Option E is 325 degrees. Let's look at question 46, which is the next. This question says, convert the compass bearing. Okay, let me clean this off. Convert the compass bearing south 83 degree west to a 3-figure bearing. Now, of course, we know the way bearing exists. We have the north, our coordinates. We have the east, the south, and the west. So when we say south 83 degrees west, it should be around here. Maybe or more than that. Just hold on. So it should be around this point. Okay, so this may just be 83 degrees. Now, if they want us to convert to a 3-figure bearing, I want you to know that bearing starts from the north and you must go clockwise. So from the north to the south is already 180 degrees. So the 3-figure bearing will be 180 degrees. Then you now move 83 degrees from south to west. That will give you plus 83 degrees. All right, 3 plus 0 is 3. 8 plus 8 is 16. 6, put 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2. The answer is 263 degrees, which is option E. All right, I'm sure that's clear. Question number 47 is on the other page. We also have bearing, a question on bearing. State the 3-figure bearing of x from y. Like I said, it's reciprocal. X from y is 140 degrees, which is less than 180. To get the reciprocal, you add 180 to it. And if it's more than 180, I said you subtract 180. So this is 0, 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1 here. That's 330 degrees. And the right answer will be E. Question number 48 says, find the value of x in the figure below. So 48, I'm going to solve it here. We have this is the angle, and then we have this angle is 30 degrees. This is the right angle. The opposite is x, and the hypotenuse is 16 meters. So we have to use trigonometry functions. So we use SOHCAHTOA. In this question, the hypotenuse h was given, which is 16 meters. Now, the side facing the angle is the opposite. X is facing 30 degrees. So opposite is equal to what? X. Using SOHCAHTOA, which of these functions has hypotenuse and opposite is the sine? So OH. So sine, the angle is 30 degrees equal to opposite over hypotenuse. If you punch it in your calculator, sine 30 degrees is 0.5. The opposite in the question is x, and the hypotenuse, the longer side, is 16 meters. All numbers have a denominator of 1. So the value of x you cross multiply. X times 1, x, and then 16 times 0.5. Alright, will give me 8 meters as answer. So the right option here is 8 meters, which is C. Alright, now let's take question number 49. Questions 49. Okay. Question 49 says, find the value of x in the diagram below as 49. This is a triangle, and the sum of the interior angle of a triangle must give you 180. So this angle, x plus 2 degrees, plus this one, 3x plus 5, plus the third one here, 2x plus 23 must give you 180 degrees. Let's solve it properly. X plus 2 plus 3x plus 5 plus 2x plus 23 must give us 180 degrees. Since the sum of interior angles of a triangle must give you 180. Sum of the variables, x plus 3x, 4x plus 2x, 6x plus 23 plus 5, 28 plus 2, 30 equal to 180 degrees. Collect like terms, move 30 to the other side. 6x will be equal to 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. So 6x is equal to what? 150 degrees. To get the value of x, divide both sides by 6. 6 cancels 6. So x is equal to 150 degrees divided by 6. Now, if you divide through, the value of x will be 25 degrees. That's 150 divided by 6 is 25. And the right option here is A. Okay, so let's move up now to question 50. Question 50 says, the linear scale factor of two similar shapes is 3:4. If the area of the smaller shape is 81 centimeters square, find the area of the bigger one. I want you to know that when two shapes are similar, the ratio of their areas is equal to the square of the linear scale factor. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that the area of the smaller shape 50, the area of the smaller shape AS, the ratio divided by area of the bigger shape must be equal to the square of the two of the linear scale factor. The linear scale factor is 3:4, so 3/4. This is the step, then the square. So area of the small circle over area of the bigger circle equal to square of 3. That 3 square means 3 times 3, 9. 4 square means 4 times 4, 16. But in the question, the area of the smaller shape was given as 81. So where you have the smaller, that's AS, replace it with 81. You have 81 out of area of the bigger one equal to 9 out of 16. Now cross multiply. 9 times AB will give me 9AB equal to what? 81 times 16. To get rid of the bigger one, divide both sides by 9. 9 here 1, 9 here 1. So area of the bigger one will be equal to 9 here 1, 9 into 81 is 9. 16 times 9 will give us the answer. 9 times 6 is 54. You put your 4, move your 5. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 5, 144 centimeter square. Okay, so the right answer is option E for question 50. Question 51 says, a man bought an article, that's cost price, bought an article for 6,800 and received a commission of 420 naira. Calculate the percentage of the commission to one decimal. So it will just be 4 out of 20 the commission over the cost price, which is 6,800 times 100% to express this as a percentage. This 20 cancels this 20. So we have 420 out of 68. 2 into 420, 210, 2 here 34. 2 here 105. 105. 32 divided by 2 is 17. Now 105 divided by 17 will give us a. So if you divide this, it will give you 6.17. Now a lot of you may be in a hurry to pick what option? That's 51. To pick D, 6.1, but that is wrong. The answer is E. Reason being that the instruction says correct to one decimal place. One decimal place from here to here ideally should have been 6.1. But the closest digit to what you've done is up to 5. Whenever it's up to 5, you must round it up to 1 and add it here. So if you round 7 up to 1 because it's up to 5 and add it to this one, you are going to have 6.1 plus 1, 2 as our answer. We are going to go to question 52. So I'm going to clean the board. Okay. Let's wipe the board. Question 52 says, the area and diagonal of a rhombus are 360 centimeters square. So the area of the rhombus is 360 centimeters square. And 24 centimeter, one of the diagonal, let's say D1, is 24 centimeters. What is the length of the other diagonal? You're looking for D2, the other diagonal. Okay, so area of a rhombus is the product of diagonals, like D1, first diagonal, times D2, second diagonal. Now divide by 2. So the area was given as 360, use it to replace the A. Equal to D1 was given 24 centimeters, but D2 was not given, and this is over 2. All whole numbers have a denominator of 1, so cross multiply. 24 diagonal 2 is equal to 360 times 2, 720. To get the second diagonal, you divide both sides by 24. 24 here 1, 24 here 1. Second diagonal will be 720 divided by 24. That will be equal to 30. That will be 30. Okay, so let's look at the options. If you look at the option, the correct answer is E, which is 30 centimeters. Question 53 says, scroll down. The volume scale factor of two similar solids is 64:125. That's question 53. Determine their area scale factor. Now, we need to establish the relationship between the volume scale and area scale. But first thing first, the volume scale, let's say volume 1 ratio volume 2, is equal to the cube root, or let me put it this way so it won't confuse you. Volume 1 out of volume 2 is equal to the cube of the linear scale L1 over L2 cube. In the question, the volume scale was given, so 64 over out of 125 is equal to L1 over L2 cube. Now, we want to get the linear scale. That's the essence of doing this. So to get the linear scale, we take the cube root of both sides, the cube root of this, and the cube root of this. So this cube breaks this cube root. That was why we took the cube root. We now have the linear scale. L1 over L2 is equal to, at the left-hand side, the cube root of 64 is 4, and the cube root of 125 is 5. Now we have the linear scale. The volume scale. Okay, now we have the linear scale, and we got it from the volume scale. Remember, the idea is to get the area scale. The area scale, let's say A1 over A2, is equal to the square of the linear scale. Now you know why we have to solve for the linear scale first. So, the linear scale, we already know we got it as 4 out of 5. So to get the area scale, we just square this, which is same thing as 4 square out of 5 square. 4 square means 4 times 4, and 5 square means 5 times 5. The final answer will be 16 out of 25, which is what? 16 ratio 25. And the right answer will be D. Alright, let's move ahead to question 54. Question 54 says, the linear scale factor of two similar shapes is 3:7. Determine their volume scale. Okay, I said earlier that volume scale 54. Okay, V1 out of V2, the formula is equal to linear scale LR to the cube of the linear scale. So this is cube. Alright, so the linear scale was given. You are meant to find the volume scale. So 3/7, the cube of this linear scale is equal to the volume scale, which is V1 over V2. 3 cube is 3 times 3 times 3 in 3 places. That's 27 over 7 cube is 7 times 7 times 7 in 3 places. That's 343. So the volume scale is simply 27:343. Now let's go back to the options we have here. Among the options, D is the correct answer. All right, let's look at question 55. Question 55 says, the linear scale factor of two similar shapes is 4:5. Find their area scale factor. Area scale factor, though I said this earlier, A1 out of A2 is equal to the square of the linear scale factor. The square of this. The linear scale factor was given, so the area scale factor will be equal to 4:5, the square of 4 and 5. Okay, so A1, A2 will be 4 square, which is 4 times 4, 16. 5 square, 5 times 5, 25. That's 16:25. If you look at the options we have, the right answer is option C. Alright, question number 56. This question says, the area scale factor of two solid shapes are 4:9. If the volume of the bigger shape is 270 centimeter cube, what is the volume of the smaller one. For this question 56, the area scale factor of two shapes we are given as 4 and 9. That's the area scale. If the volume of the bigger shape is 270 centimeter cube, what is the volume of the smaller one? Remember I said earlier that the area scale A1 over A2 is equal to the square of the linear scale. I'm sure you can remember this. So the area scale that has been given, we need to solve for the linear scale. L1 over L2, this is L, now square, is equal to the given area scale, which is 4 and 9. To get linear scale, we need to take the square root of this linear scale. In math, what you do to one side, you must also do to another side. Take the square root of this. This square breaks the square root. So linear scale, L1 over L2 will be the square root of 4 and 9. Square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3. So I have my linear scale, which is 2 and 3. Now we can solve for the volume scale. I said earlier that the volume scale V1 over V2 is equal to the cube of the linear scale, which is L1 over L2 cube. So V1 over V2 will be the cube of 2 and 3. Now the cube of 2 is 2 times 2 times 2 in 3 places. That's 8. And the cube of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3 in 3 places, which will give us 27. Right? Now, that is not all. In the question, we are asked to find the volume of the smaller one. The volume of the bigger was given. So let's go to, let's scroll down. Here is it, 56. I don't want to close it. So from here, we know that, so we are solving for V1. V1 over V2 will give us linear scale cube 1 over linear scale cube 2. So V1 is what we are looking for, but we know that V2 is 270. So linear 1 is 8, linear 2 is 27 from what we did here. So we can just cross multiply and get the volume 1. V1 times 27 will give me V1 27 equal to 270 times 8. To get the volume 1, divide both sides by 270. 270, by 27, 27 here 1, 27 here 1. Volume 1 would be 27 here 1, 27 into 270 is 10. 10 times 8 is 18. So, our right answer, let's go back to the option, is B, 80 centimeter cube. Alright, question 57 says, PQRS is a parallelogram such that PQ is 15 centimeters, QR is 18 centimeters, and angle PQR is 30 degrees. Determine the area of the parallelogram. When angle is given in parallelogram like this, the area will be A times B times sine theta. So the area will be, the A is, that's PQ, 15 centimeters. The B is 18 centimeters. And the angle is 30, so we have sine 30 degrees. So this will give us 15 centimeters times 18 centimeters. Sine 30 degrees is 0.5 or 1 over 2. If you multiply through, the area will be 135 centimeters squared, and B is the right answer. So 57 is B. All right, let's move up to question 58. Question number 58 says, find the area of a circle whose radius, the radius has been given as 7 centimeters. Find the area. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So the area will be pi, which is a mathematical constant that stands for 22 over 7, times the radius. 7 square means 7 times 7. 7 here 1, 7 here 1. So the area will be 22 times 7. 22 times 7. 2 times 7, 14. 4, 1, 2 times 7, 14 plus 1, 15. So that's 154 centimeter square. So if you look at the options for question 58, the right answer will be E. Now let's go over to question 59. So question 59 says, this is angle on a straight line. An angle on a straight line sum up to 180 degrees. So 2y degrees plus 5y degrees plus y degrees must sum up to 180 degrees. If we sum up what we have, these angles, that's 2y plus 5y is 7y plus y, will give me 8y degrees equal to 180 degrees. To get the value of y, divide both sides by 8. 8 here 1, 8 here 1. So y will be equal to, divide through by 2. 180 divided by 2 will give me 90 degrees, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. 90 divided by 4 will give me 222.5. And that's the value of y. If you look at the option, the right option is A. And now we've gotten to the last question, which is question 60. All right? Question number 60. Calculate the area of the shaded portion in the figure below. Now, the whole shape is a rectangle. So we'll start by looking for the area of the whole. The formula we need to use is whole minus unshaded. So the whole is a rectangle, which is length times breadth. Area of the whole will be 15 centimeters times 20 centimeters. 0, 0, 10, 0, 1, 2 plus 1, 3. That's 300 centimeters square. Now the area of the unshaded, and the unshaded is a semicircle, which is pi r squared divided by 2. Alright, so the area here over pi, which is 22 over 7 mathematics constant, times radius. What is the radius? The radius, now let me show you what the radius is. This is the diameter. Radius is half of a diameter. So it's going to be 15 out of 2. Divide the diameter by 2. Radius is squared. Divide it by 2 again. All you have, divide by 2. So if you solve for the area, it's going to give you about 2, 4, 7, 7, 5. All right, let's just take this again. Note that. Let's solve this. So the area here will be these 2. 2 here 1 cancels into this 22 is 11. So we have 11 over 7 times 15 over 2 times 15 over 1. Divide by 2, that's same thing as saying times 1 over 2, the denominator. So 15 times 15 times 11 will give us the 2475. Now divide by what? 2 times 2, 4 times 7, 28. This will give me approximately 88. This is not the final answer because what I got is area of the semicircle. Subtract it from area of the whole shape. That's like 300 minus 88. Borrow 1 here, 2, put it 10. Borrow 1, 9, 10. So this is 212 centimeters squared. So the right answer is D. All right, thank you. We are done with the whole questions in paper 1, questions 1 to 60, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it.